Okay, first of all, namaste everyone. I would like to introduce myself. On my manner, myself Shubhi, and I have been working in Shubh Yoga Foundation for past 5 years. I have been taking teachers training courses, meditation pranayam teachers training, and your kids yoga teachers training course, chair yoga, and also your Ayurveda workshops. Okay, so that's our my course. And these are my specialization. So here, so as you know that we all are joined. Okay, we all have joined for the teachers training introduction part. So I also like you to. I also would like you that. Okay, just a second. Okay, I'm also requesting you. You also have to give here your introduction. So what you have to do for that, there is a chat box. You have to write your name, and if you are working somewhere related to the yoga or any other field, and also from where you are, so your name, your profession, and also your place, you have to be mentioned in the chat box one by one. And then after that, we are going to start our introduction part. Okay, so one by one you can do the in the chat box. Just write your name. I'll just write what you have to do. Name and your place and profession. Can you see the chat? Okay. Okay. So Rahul sir, he's a gym trainer. Welcome to the Shubh Yoga Foundation, sir.
Welcoming. Thank you.
Vedivu ma'am from Malaysia, and she's lawyer. Welcome to the Shubh Yoga Foundation, ma'am. Madhuri ma'am, she is a professor and also a yoga trainer. Welcome, Madhuri ma'am. I'm Arun Paki from Depot Resort, presently yoga teacher. Okay, welcome Arun sir, Arun Thaman from Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, I am Aryan, myself 26 from Malaysia, financial trainer plus gym coach. Uh, okay, welcome sir. Paki. So, okay, welcome Aryan sir to the Shubh Yoga Foundation. Yes, other student or other student, Nilima ma'am, Ketaki ma'am, Alpha, Bhanushali. She is yoga therapist from Shubh Yoga and Art of Living Happiness teacher. Okay, welcome ma'am. Welcome to the Shubh Yoga Foundation. And Nomina from Assam. Welcome ma'am. Nomina ma'am, welcome. Yes, what about other? Ketaki ma'am. She's PhD doctorate from Pune, Maharashtra. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome, Ketaki, ma'am, to the Shubh Yoga Foundation. Okay, so all the students have did it. Okay, so I think if anyone left or you're having a problem in chat box or any issue, it's like not able to cope with it. So you can just normally you can unmute yourself and you can also give an introduction here. Okay, additional thing, I have also did the bachelor and master in yoga subject, and I also have qualified the NAT in yoga subject. Okay, so now here we are going to be start a training part. So as you know that we are going to do the introduction of it. है Although all the student has joined from the various reason, and it's going to be our very first session although it's going to be introduction session. So in the introduction session, what we are going to be discuss the curriculum, and that's the important part, that how we are going to do the classes and what are the things that we are going to be learned in the practice part. So we all know that we are going to be have the 2 hour class on the regular basis from Monday to the Friday. Okay. So in the first hour, like 6 to 7, you are going to be have your practice class. In the next 1 hour, you are going to be have your theoretical class. Okay. So after this, you are going to be have the theoretical class introduction. Now, in the practical class, the practice class, we have to be discuss the curriculum, like what are the things we will learn, how we are going to be learned, and what is going to be the important as a teacher. So we always have to remind the one thing, I'm not the student in the class, you are going to be the teacher. So you have to be learned, like you are going to be give the training or you are going to be teach to the other student. Okay. So here, as you all have come from the various professional background, you wonderfully know that how to do these things, how to take the classes and all. And most of the students know it's wonderfully. But here, what's the purpose of the teacher's training course? Is this skill, a kind of the skill development. And skill development along with the lots of things that we could add into our teacher's training part in the teaching. Okay, so I'll take you there, then you will be understood there. So first, actually, we all know that yoga is what? Yoga is a traditional part. India's culture, we could say the yoga is a Indian culture. We also have see this yoga is not something that come this time. It's a ancient practice to keep our mind, body, and spiritual part healthy. है ना? But nowadays, what is happening? Nowadays, we more focus on the practical part rather than that. Two more component are there. That's the mental body and the spiritual body. But mostly focused we are on the practical, means physical part. So here we are going to be look forward for both. Like if I'm going to say no, I don't want to go through like a modern, I have to be keep that yoga that has been running from the ancient time. Why I have to change? No, we have to change also. Why we have to change? We also have to be see what the student, what the people love to do in the yoga, and that's is the important part that we must have to be learned. Additionally, we also have to be keep the background of the real yogic practices. Okay, so let's try to understood what I mean to say here. We all know the purpose of the yoga. Anyone know the purpose of yoga? What is the purpose? Anyone know the purpose? What's the purpose? How we could understood the main purpose of yoga?
Uh, Number one is to attain mukti, and number two is for the physical stuff.
Yeah, definitely. So as the way, okay, Vedivu ma'am had said that that's the most important part was the salvation. And additionally, if I'm going to say that to know yourself, to know yourself, है ना? And when it comes to know yourself, it will come from the spirit, soul. Soul is the purest form of ourself, and once we will be stabilize ourselves into there, then we will be get to know ourselves. What do we think? This body is me. The money that continuously create the desire and thought it's me, but we are beyond from this. If I'm going to say that who am I in real, an observer, and I'm very peaceful. So reach to there to just follow that journey, we have follow the yoga practice, and that's going to be the in the yoga practice what will come in the yoga practice, the source we require to reach to that state. And that sources are asana, pranayam, dhyan means meditation, mudras, है ना? Shat karma means 6 cleansing technique. These are going to be just the part to follow this journey, source to reach to that part. So here, on the basis of that, we have came to the practice that's known as, first I'll tell you, the if I'm going to be divided on the basis of the practical approach, this purpose, sources, you everything, these you are going to be learn the background in your theoretical class. Wonderfully, you will be able to understand, to get the knowledge, the proper knowledge of it. Here in the practical part, we have to learn its practical approach. So yes, to reach to the purpose, to achieve the purpose, we have to do something that we can. That's the practical. Like if I'm going to ask you to get the control over the thoughts, it's not possible. And if you are not able to control over the thoughts, you won't be see who is inside you, because that thoughts is like a fog. First, we have to clean that fog, and these practices are meant practically. So we will everyone practically approach, so everyone can clean this fog and can know themselves. So that practical approach we are going to be learned here in the class. So basically, what we take in the practical approach, anyone know? So in the practical part, okay, before that, first we are going to be divided into the two part: ancient practice and modern practice. We have to take both parallelly. If you are not going to be follow one, you skip the one, it will be hard, because there are going to be the teachers. There are the pretty good teachers, already experienced teacher in the yoga. So we also have to be perform best in that purpose, in that case. So for that, we have to take both parallelly. We could not lagging behind from any of that. No? So we have to take both of them parallelly. So here we have to understand about both of them. So first is the ancient practice, and then second is modern practice. So what is the ancient practice? That running from the ancient time and from the long time ago. And what is the modern? Modern that has been modified nowadays and categorize them, grouping them after the modification of those yoga practice that we are going to be learning in the ancient part. That's the modern part. So we have to be learned both of them. So the most important one in the ancient one, the traditional yoga practice. Under the traditional yoga practice, what come? Anyone know? Anyone know which type of the yoga came?
Hatha.
Yes, very nice. Hatha yoga. Okay, that we will take it as the traditional yoga practice, a practical approach of the yoga. Okay, so in the Hatha yoga, do you know what do we practice in the Hatha yoga? What are the things come under the Hatha yoga? Okay, I'll tell you. Shat karma means six cleansing practices. Although some of the practices we were not able to practice at this moment. For the ancient time, a long practice, a solitude place was were only allow the yogi to do those practice. So we have also just take that few practices and modified them. For example, Sankha Prakshalan Kriya, the washing of your intestine region. Jalaniti is also not mentioned in the ancient. In the ancient part, there is only the Sutra Niti that we do with the thread. Nowadays, rubber and Jalaniti, the water that we cleanse the nostril through the water, has been modified right now. Okay, so that we are going to be taking a modern part. Clear? And basic we are going to be taking the base traditional part. Second one, asan. Okay, so if the some practice has been modified of the shat karma, so that will become under the modern part. For example, jalaniti. Okay, I'll first write here modified shat karma, modified cleansing practice. है ना? जैसे for example, jalaniti. Okay, just for an example. So you'll be able to remind. Now, in asana. So, what do we know? we have know the group of the asana. है ना? The highest number of the asana we could find out in which of the Hatha Yogic texts? That's a Hatha Ratnavali. It's a text of the Hatha Yoga. And another one is a Giranda Sahita. Those give the pretty good number, like 36, and more than 36 has been given into the where in the Hatha Ratnavali. Okay, so these are the asanas. The number of the asana is given. Now, what is happening? We have get to know about so many asanas also. Then we start to evolve them. What do? We start to evolve them. So on the basis of the evolving or evolution of the asanas, we have came to the props yoga. As you can see, the wheel behind me, blocks behind me, and there is a chair also. We also performing the chair yoga. Hana? Belt, we use the belt. So when we start to do the practice through these, so we have just modified those asanas with the help of the particular props, so that we will take it into the prop yoga, chair yoga. Okay, so that's the modification of the asanas. So what it will be? जैसे कि I'll just write here in front of it. For example, chair yoga, है ना? Yoga through props. So these are the things both we have to be learned here. Props, है ना? Then these are the mod on the basis of the modification. Then we have came to what? Then we have came to on the basis of the categorization. So what do? We see the various asanas in the yoga, है ना? जैसे कि for example, what are the asanas you have? You know how many asanas? Anyone? Just let me know the few name of the asanas that you know in general. I'll write here, then I will help you to categorize them. Just tell me the name. Whatever the asana's name you know.
Cat cow.
Cat cow, okay. Cat and cow. Yes.
Fish pole.
Fish. You have said
Yeah.
the fish pose. Yes, okay. Fish pose, I'll write into the other category. G. Okay, I'll just give you the example here. So on the basis of the category, we have came to the few category. Okay. So what are those category? I'll let you know. Yin yoga on the basis of asanas. So it's just on the basis of the asanas. So if we are going to be look forward, yoga is not only the asana, it's a complete approach. And everything will come under this. Mudras and pranayama, meditation, pratyahar, dharana, everything will come into this. But on the basis of just asana, we have categorized the few yoga practices and give them the yoga. जैसे कि, what are the examples? Yin yoga. Evolved, do you know where it is? It has been evolved? China. ठीक है? Vinyasa yoga, India. Ashtanga yoga, India.
Upa.
And yes, anyone know other?
Upa.
Yes, sir,
Upa
please.
yoga.
I couldn't hear, sir. Will you please repeat?
Upa yoga.
Will you please write the name in the chat box? Maybe I'm not able to understood. Not. Okay. If you will write it. Upayoga. Exactly, I couldn't understood this Upayoga, sir. But maybe it is somewhere evolved. I did not hear about this. Okay. In last, if you can elaborate it. Okay. So there is Ashtanga yoga, Vinyasa yoga, okay, and power yoga. Then with the various proponents has been come of the yoga, so they have give the various type of the yoga practice also, जैसे कि क्रिया yoga, आनंद yoga, सहज yoga, rocket yoga, fire yoga. So there are the so many types of the yoga, but main for ourselves these are going to be the main. So these are on the basis of the asanas. In last, this is going to be these every type of the yoga we are going to be just uh, discuss in the class. We will discuss definitely these all the type of. So they will give you the wonderful guidance about how to take the class. Okay, how to maintain the things. Now asanas after the asana. We also have to know about the pranayama. है ना? Although there are very few technique has been evolved in the pranayama that we could consider as a modern one, new one. Although we are following all the pranayama practice that has been following from the ancient time. Okay, जैसे कि उज्जयी, सूर्य भेदी, चंद्र भेदी means sun breathing, moon breathing, ocean breathing, bhastrika, and then kapal bhati, mursha pranayama, plavani. है ना? So whatever we are hearing, those has came from the ancient time. Okay, most of the pranayama is still following. That's the part of the ancient time. Then after the pranayama, we also have learned about the are going to be discuss about the mudra part. What is the mudra? There are the two types of the mudra. One is hand gesture. Second, where your full body will be involved in the particular practice. That's known as the yogic mudra. Okay, so that we will discuss in the class. And then meditation. Okay, so meditation, in the meditation there was the one meaning of the meditation, that was the effortless concentration. If you will be able to hold effortless, where you don't need to put your effort, that's the meditation. But to reach that state, again there's so many techniques of the meditation has been evolved, and then we are going to be again to keep into the modern practices of the meditation, है ना? In the ancient time, there was the nad, sound meditation is the ancient practice. But there are so many type of the practice has been come, जैसे कि for example mindfulness meditation, breathing meditation, body awareness meditation. So that has been evolved, so that we are going to be put under the modern practices. Now, what is our purpose and how we are going to be learn the things, that's the important part. So as you can see here, just a second. Okay. So as we can understood and as we can see here, that how we have to be follow the practical part here. So we have to follow the both. Okay. How we are going to be follow the both? So we are going to be learn the ancient as a base, as a background, and then we are going to be keep adding those modern practice into that. Okay, जैसे कि again for example, if I'm going to take the asanas on the basis of the various type of the asanas, we have categorized similar asanas categorized into the same group, and then we have get to the name of like yin yoga, vinyasa, ashtanga, power. Okay, second, it's going to be like that. If I'm going to follow ma'am that hatha yoga asanas, I will be came up only with maximum 60 to 80 asanas, है ना? If I would like to take more than, so what we do, we take the one asana, any of the one asana, and then we start to learn the variations of that asana. Look, every asana has its beginner variation, intermediate variation, and between them to advanced variation of that. So one asana is not is equal to one asana. One asana is going to be equal to the 5 asanas. So how we will be able to do that? One asana we will take, and then we are going to be learn its variation. So you have to keep only the main in your mind. then all the five will be connect automatically like a chain. Okay, so why I'm saying this, because every day if you are going to be take the same type of the asana, same type of the practices, definitely your student will get the board. Everyone have the desire to learn something new every day, that give us the motivation, that push for uh, create the interest into that part, है ना? So this is how we are going to be learn the part. So first, in the hatha yoga we are going to be learn about the hatha yoga, so we could understand the real meaning, the base of the yoga. In the asana, in the hatha yoga asana, it's just a normal asana, but we are not going to be take it as normal. In the hatha yogic asana we are going to be learn one asana and the variation on the regular basis. This is how we are going to do in the starting. So what is going to be happen after the 7 day and 10 day 12 day, you are going to be come up with lots of asanas in your mind, not in your notebook, in your mind itself. Okay, not in your notes, where in your mind. So now you have a lots of asanas name and picture in your mind. Now the next thing what we have to do is start to categorize them. So let's understood the categories of the asana. So chair yoga prop I already discussed with you. In the props yoga, what we do, if you feel any difficulty in the particular asana, we take the support of the prop. जैसे कि block, we could take the support of the wheel for back bending, balancing for the block, reaching or stretching. For that purpose, we use the belt. Chair is a separate practice of the chair yoga that's given by the Iyengar chi. है ना? So that's a separate practice, the chair yoga. Now let's come to those practices. Yin, power, vinyasa, stanga. So what's the yin yoga? So both things we have to take, and last I'm going to tell you how we have to conduct the classes. जैसे कि for example here yin yoga, है ना? So in basically yin yoga, we take the stretching asanas where your body need a stretch. You have to do the stretching of your body, and where you are going to be get the some support also for the stretching. Okay, kind of deep stretching. So we are going to be capped into the same category that will be come under the yin yoga. There is a one rule about the yin yoga, that the time duration to holding time in the yin yoga asanas is 45 seconds will be minimum, to the 5 minute will be the maximum. If we will try to understand how this has been evolved, on what theory this yin yoga has been evolved, so we could get a one thing, that it might be evolved from sthiram sukham asanam. That's a one of the important sutra from the yoga darshan, patanjali yoga sutra, that taught about what is the asana. Asana means if you are able to maintain the stability without having the pain, with all that happiness and peacefulness, with the peacefully, with all that stability, if you are able to maintain the asana, maintain a posture, that will be termed as the asana. So what we do in the yin yoga, we learn to get into the deep stretching, then we hold for 45 seconds to 5 minutes. So what will happen, we are improving our stability, है ना? We are improving our bodily condition. What is happening when we get into the unusual condition, unusual posture, our brain start to give the signal of the anxiety, when we will come back to the normal. So here we learn to cope with that also. So it will bring us into that theory of the asana. Okay, so yin yoga, then the vinyasa yoga. Next one is your vinyasa yoga. So another name of the vinyasa yoga, anyone know? Sorry, it's a vinyasa. Anyone know the other name of the vinyasa yoga?
Flow.
Yes, very nice. It's a flow yoga. So we all know about the Surya Namaskar, the sun salutation. How do we do in a cyclic manner? From where do we start? We end with that. And we go from one asana to the next asana very smoothly in a beautiful flow, like a flow of a water into the river. Similarly, there is a vinyasa yoga. So it's not necessary that the only sun salutation we will took it as a vinyasa yoga. We can create our own vinyasa yoga practice also. How it will be possible? We have to look forward those asanas from one asana to very smoothly we can move into the next to next. And from we are starting, we have to end with that asana. Then it will be the flow yoga. I'll help you to create it. I'll definitely help you when we are going to be learn this part practically. It's not you have to when you would like to take the vinyasa in your classes. So you have to start opening the books to check out what the various type of the vinyasa yoga flow. No, you can create your own. One day will come. You don't need to be think even a day before the class. You will be come into the class automatically one by one asana will reflect in your mind and you will be immediately create your flow yoga. Okay, that's the skill, that's the ability that we have to be developed through the teacher's training course. Okay, so it's clear with the name. So minimum in the small to small flow yoga, we must have to add at least 10 asanas. Okay, when it comes to the kids yoga, we decrease the number, but when it comes for ourselves, at least 10 asanas we have to add them into the cycle. Okay, after it, okay, Ashtanga yoga. So we basically in the Ashtanga yoga, we are going to be take the strengthening asanas. Strengthening asanas. So what kind of the strengthening asana? Where you also have to be improve your balance along with the strength. जैसे कि tree pose, you are balancing your body on your one leg. You are making the various positions जैसे कि uh, half moon pose. So those posture will come under the Ashtanga yoga practice. Even this, when you are going to practice this one, Paschimottanasana, that come under both Yin yoga with the deep stretching as well as in Ashtanga yoga practice also. So I will share this Ashtanga yoga series. I will teach you the various Ashtanga yoga series in the class also. So that will be come in the Ashtanga yoga. Okay. Then the next one is a power yoga. Power yoga is the practice where we are maintaining or where we are develop the powers of the body. How long you can stand, how long you can sit, how long you can stabilize yourself. Like जैसे कि garland pose, like chair pose, है ना? Tree pose. So those asanas need a wonderful amount of the power and that also develop the power in your body as we enhancing the time of the whole day. Okay, so it's not going to be like that in the yin yoga. You could not see the some asanas of the yin yoga in the stand. You will be able to see them, है ना? But the way of practicing them is going to be different. Now you can start to merge them also. How? Yin yoga flow means if you are taking the yin yoga in a flow way, then it will become under the yin yoga flow. If you have take those Ashtanga yoga asana and you are taking them into the flow way, one by one in a cyclic way, then it will be Ashtanga yoga flow, Ashtanga vinyasa yoga. That's the another name. Similarly, the power yoga flow or the power vinyasa yoga. Okay, so this is how you can start to merge them and also start to take them. Clear? So these are the practices. Although the vinyasa yoga has been taken for the hours, I have did a workshop where I have did the 6 hour vinyasa yoga flow practice continuously 6 hours. But how? We have keep changing the intensity of the asanas. Like When we start to feel a little tiredness, we start to take a very gentle yoga practice. Then again, we switch to the little bit harder to again gentle. In this way, I was and those students in my group were able to practice the 6-hour vinyasa yoga. So that's again the wonderful thing about the vinyasa yoga, the weight loss and such type of the things. And we can also practice this vinyasa yoga flow. Okay, so these are the practices that we are going to be learned. So our main focus will be on the Hatha yoga practice, where if we will get the time, if we will able to match each other's time, because this shat karma, I'll be take the shat karma, I will try to take the shat karma, I am not sure, because all the students need to be prepared for it. That couldn't be first thing, can't be take in the evening time. Okay, we could not take the risk. For example, if we practice the 6 cleansing technique like jalaneti, sutraneti in the evening time, maybe throughout the night you are going to be suffer from cold, headache, है ना? So we could not take the risk. For that, we have to be wake up in the morning. Everyone in the class have to be maintain that part, so we will be able to practice. Okay, although we are going to be practice only those that we are, I'm going to be very much sure that I can teach you that in the virtual mode, means on the online mode. Okay, so asan, the asan is going to be our main part that we are going to be explore it completely. We're going to be learn touch each and every part, learn each and every part about the asan. Pranayama, I'm going to teach you pranayama on the regular basis. Like in the first 45-minute to 50-minute class, I'm going to teach you the practice. In the next 10 to 15 minutes, we are going to be learn the pranayama. In some day, along with the pranayama, also start to add some mudra on the regular basis. Okay, and in some of the classes, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the half of the time for the asanas practice. जैसे कि if I have take the flow yoga for you, if you are going to be beginner, the 30 to 40 or 35-minute flow yoga will be harder for you. It's going to be sufficient, more than sufficient for you. If I'm going to extend it more, you might be start to feel the tiredness. So initial classes, I'm going to take a short class of the Vinyasa Yoga flow. In the remaining time, we are going to learn the meditation part. So this is how we are going to be learn the Hatha Yoga, and we are going to be keep exploring the asanas. We are not going to be stuck in the asana for only the one part, like only the Hatha Yoga asanas. No, we are start to learn from the beginning, just to lift up ourselves in the development of the asanas practice. Is that clear, everyone? Any question? Any doubt?
So what's your name?
Sir, myself Shubhi.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. So I have yes, Ketaki ma'am has given the answer. She has right the Aingar yoga. Yeah, the chair yoga is the, and some other prop also will come under the category of the Aingar yoga. So this is the way that we are going to be take the class from tomorrow. I'll let you know that how we are going to be start. We are going to be start by taking the one asana. Okay, very basic asana I'm going to take, and I'll start to teach you its variation. Okay, I'll also teach you how to take the traditional class. There is a different way of taking the traditional class. The step of the traditional class is going to be different. It's starting with the Om chanting, mantra chanting, then properly asanas practice, then pranayama practice, then shithalikaran means relaxation. At last, if we remain with the time, we can practice the meditation, and in last question answering. So that's going to be the traditional way of yogic practice. Although in the traditional way, Shatkarma is also included, but that can be practiced only in the morning time. Okay, only in the morning time. So we need to be skip that because that's going to be evening in India. So, but in morning, if you will be available, so I'll definitely take the Shatkarma classes also. Any doubt? Any question? Acha, one more thing, if you are going to be joined from tomorrow, na, for the practice class, it's a compulsory, you have to keep your camera open. Okay? Why? So I can guide you whether you are practicing it correctly or not. To correct your alignment, to teach you the alignment. And for example, that's going to be the Trikonasana. If I'm not going to keep my Trikonasana alignment like this, lose my body, it does not look good. Because we are not going to be learning those asanas for the purpose like for health, for fitness. We're learning it for teaching it. So we must have to show that beautiful posture. Okay. So one more thing, in starting, the some student did not join. Okay, some student did not join, so they did not give their introduction. So the student who remain for their introduction, you have to just write your name into the chat box. Plus, you have to write the place from where you are, and in last, the profession you have to be right. The student who did not complete the introduction part, into the chat box, I'm requesting to those students, Shubhi Agrawal ma'am, Anna, similar to my name, and I think Anu ma'am is Anu also did not give the introduction. Okay, Vipan Murli, sir, he is from Kerala, upper primary teacher. He is also connected with me in the meditation and pranayam teachers training course. Once again, welcome to the Sir Shubh Yoga Foundation. Morning practice time, we are going to be take that special session, Jaspalji. We are going to keep the special session for that. Hana? I mean to say, special session, like we are going to be discuss the time. It's going to be like 7 or 8 a.m. will be best. Hana? So after, it's going to be so many things we have to do. Hana? After the Shadkarma, the pranayam is also important. So we have to keep the special day, special time for that. Yes, Anu. Okay, she sent Annapurna from Andhra Pradesh, and we unbiased student. Okay, ma'am. Welcome to the Shubh Yoga Foundation. You also have a yoga background. Yes, from Canada. Your name, sir, ma'am. No, you have joined with your device name. I could know. Prabhujot. Okay. Welcome to the Shubh Yoga Foundation. Okay, so I hope the introduction part is clear. If you remain with doubt, and if you remind the doubt after the class is completely okay, you can ask me in the group also. Thank you so much, everyone. Namaste and take care. Thank you, Ji. Thank you, everyone.